Conversations with Kenni.
This podcast is sponsored by Visibility Solutions Media.
Hi guys, it's another edition of Conversations with Kenni, and on today's edition we'll be talking the state of the nation. I have with me the amazing Ayobami Ladipo. It's great to have you back on the show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Ayobami is the publisher of Hot Classy and also is a public affairs commentator and a major entrepreneur. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the state of the nation right now. What do you think about the presidency, the leadership right now of the nation? What are your views? Do you think he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, or he's just he's not listening to the people?
Do I think he's doing what he's supposed to be doing,
Do you as
or
a president?
or he's not listening to the people? Okay, I will put it this way: that so when you asked what do I feel about the state of the nation, so Nigeria is going through a phase,
Okay.
which we all know, which we all can see. So, are we there yet? Are we at that end result where we expect everything to look all fine and good, all bloomy and all of that? Maybe not exactly. We're not there. But are we on that path to greatness?
Yeah.
Yes. But to the other question, do I think that the president is not listening to the people? Why do you think the president is not listening to the people? Or why would...
Because some of his policies, on the social media, on the streets, people are feeling the pain of some of the policies, and they feel like his policies are not reflective of their pains.
Okay. So let's take it from the day he was running as president, and he said subsidy is gone. I remembered very well that take you back to 2002 to 2022, the campaign year before the election. There were three major contenders. There was Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there was Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi. Every one of those candidates did declare that they were going to put an end to subsidy. Now, if you put an end to subsidy, were we expecting that you put an end to subsidy and fuel would be 100 naira? No. You knew that the regulation comes with pain. Sanusi Lamido had been saying it years ago when he was CBN governor.
Yeah.
And even in 2022, I'm sure there are videos on social media, there are videos on YouTube. He said something that whoever you want to see as your next president, whoever is coming to campaign and is telling you that it's going to be rosy, it's going to be smooth after 2023, he's only lying to you. He said it because this man had been lamenting about Nigeria's the state of economy of Nigeria long before even Buhari came into power. He kept talking about, so President Tinubu came, he declared right there and then that subsidy is gone. Immediately we knew that it's a pain that we need to feel.
Some people felt that it was too early for him to have removed the subsidy.
Okay, so
at
I will say it to you this way. If he had not announced the end to subsidy that day, he would never have been able to remove subsidy. There are people that you call the owners of Nigeria. There are people that you feel they are the principalities and powers that controls this nation. They will sit with him. You think marketers would allow Tinubu put an end to subsidy after that May 29, the day he was sworn? They would sit with him. They would give him reasons not to remove subsidy. They would highlight maybe 10 or 20 more reasons not to put an end to it, or even try to blackmail the government. It is not possible. The man did what was the best thing for the nation. We were borrowing money to pay subsidy.
We are still borrowing money now
to fund infrastructure.
But people are not seeing the development.
We're not seeing development.
People are not feeling the development. Okay, let me take you back to the reforms after the subsidy removal.
Okay.
Do you believe that the reforms are being felt by the average Nigerian?
So, okay, I'll put it this way. So, do I believe that the reforms are being felt by the average Nigerian? Maybe it hasn't trickled down to the real masses. But for the first time in the last 2 years, go and check the financial report of corporate organizations, international platforms. Check financial institutions in Nigeria. Check different companies. Check their end of the year reports. Check the profits they've been making. It means that there's something that the government is doing now that is bringing about economic boom to businesses. There are a lot of people even here in Nigeria, even among the SMEs, that are making money, but would always want to join the bandwagon of, oh, Nigeria is hard, Nigeria is hard. I give you an example. As a year ago, the prices of foodstuff had skyrocketed. A bag of rice was going for as much as over 100,000 naira. Now that it's how much? Maybe about 50,000 or maybe lower than 50,000. Nobody's talking about it. When a basket of tomatoes was whatever price it was, everybody was talking. But the moment that price crashed, nobody said.
So would you say Nigerians are used to lamenting?
I would not say Nigerians are used to lamenting. I'll put it this way: that you see, there's a major problem that we have, especially on social media, is the fact that their perceived messiah is not the president. Exactly, and that's one thing that we really need to address. So imagine if their perceived messiah had become president on May 29, 2023, and he had put an end to subsidy. They will hail him, yes or no, to say yes.
Yes.
He has put an end to corruption and all of that. If 2-3 days after he said he wants to make sure that he wants uniform rates for foreign exchange, and he has done it, will he be applauded for it or not? Yes. Nobody will say, oh, dollar was 400 naira before, when we were living a fake life, when Nigerian government was paying subsidy, was subsidizing dollar. So we're subsidizing fuel and also subsidizing dollars. Do you also maybe you might not be aware that even the days of subsidy, some would take crude from Nigeria and go sell in Cameroon and the rest of it, neighboring country, just because they can get subsidy payment. There were people who were not lifting a pint of crude and they were getting subsidy payments. Now continue. So now FX is, there's no difference between you getting it in the back and getting it at the black market. Probably about 5 naira or 10 naira. Gone are the days when you get dollar for 450 inside the bank and you round trip just outside the bank there, and a bookie man is waiting, and you sell for 750, 800 naira. And you said the economy will not crash. Now, if their perceived messiah had come in and instituted NEL fund, student loan, that pays, now student loan is not for the average Nigerian, it's for the masses, the indigents.
Yes.
It's not for the connected people. It's not for people who can afford to live in Ogba. It is for those whose parents probably earn 40, 50. They don't need connection to get it. If their messiah had come in, remove subsidy, fix FX, foreign exchange, fix student loan, would it not be applauded? If their messiah had come and increased the salary of workers, it was when President Tinubu came and workers' salary was increased to 70, then 100,000. Will it not be applauded? It would still have been applauded. NHIS, health sector, there are a lot of people who enjoy benefits of subsidized medical treatments, of what's it called, medicine, drug, medications, and they don't come out to say it. You would one thing that pains me is the fact that you would never see anything good about Nigeria that goes viral. But any bad news would go viral, no matter how little or minute it is. But for anything that the government is doing and it is good, it doesn't go viral.
Do you think their perceived messiah now would have been able to do better than what President Tinubu did?
Tell me exactly how. Would he have done a different reform than this? Now, if myself and you are talking about this, and IMF, World Bank are saying, they are telling the world, they are telling every other country to say, look at Nigeria's templates of reform. This is a good one, and projecting that in 2028, that we would have dropped to a single digit of inflation. It means that there's something that the government is doing that is doing right. I am not saying that every of the policies have been fantastic. But when you're going through a phase where you're trying to revitalize the economy is not bread and butter, it's not bread and akara.
So, are you trying to say, because when people are used to suffering, when they've gone through pains, they want change fast. The change he promised, Nigerians are not getting it. They may be getting it in trickles, but compared to how things have gone crazy, they need instant reforms, and Nigerians are not getting it.
Okay, so when you said that when people have gone through suffering, first of all, I need to correct something. I said something earlier that we've lived a fake life as a people, as a nation for a while.
When you say we live a fake life,
because government was subsidizing all those things, we were not the real value. Now so the days of loose funds, part of it is going into the bank, getting dollar at 450. People, some would not even, they are not traveling, they get allocation. We're getting allocations. They go into the bank, get 10,000, get 20k at 450, or when it was 419 or 4 whatever, then go outside and round trip without doing anything. And so you don't even need to have that money. So you just go outside, call the aboki gives you. So you get times 2, then you give this one back. But you don't have that again. Now, when you travel abroad, you can comfortably use your Naira card. It stopped working how many years ago? Nigerians were not able to use the Naira card abroad for years. But now you can do it. You can spend up to $6,000, I think, per month or per quarter. All of these things. All of these things are the reforms that people enjoy. And even those who enjoy it, because, like I said, their Messiah is not the president, they will not hail it. If their Messiah is the president, do you know how loud they will roll out the drums to celebrate these things that I am listening to you? Do you know how much they will roll out the drums? How much the vuvuzelas will make so much noise about it?
Let's talk about their Messiah. 2027, I want to mention his name now. For those who are watching, don't know who their Messiah is. Peter Obi. Yeah. Do you think he's more competent? Let me even put it this way. You're laughing already. Do you think the present president has more chances, and do you think he's more competent than Peter Obi?
Why would I even want to equate Peter Obi to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Why? So is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the sitting president?
Yes.
We have seen the reform. We have seen what he has started. We have seen infrastructural development. You are seeing Lagos to Calabar Coastal Road. You are seeing Badagry to Sokoto, linking it. You are seeing infrastructural development across.
But some people believe that the infrastructural development hasn't trickled down to.
Okay, so let me explain something. How do you expect infrastructural development to have a magical reflection on the economy? Now, Lagos to Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, has it been completed? No. But for those who don't even know how it works, how does infrastructural development help the nation? How does it affect the economy? If it takes you, let's say from Bega, from Ojodu Bega bus stop in Lagos, if it takes you maybe 8 hours to drive to Calabar from Bega here, or let's say from VI, you're going to Calabar from VI, you need to come and drive through this same express. Now, so it means that probably it takes you 10 hours or 12 hours. I don't know. So I'm just giving this figure to get to Calabar. But using the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road upon completion might take you, let's say it takes you 5 hours. Do you know what it means? It means your travel time has been reduced. Your cost of putting the car on the road, fuel, wear and tear, driving on a smooth road, maybe you would have spent maybe about 100 or 120,000 to fuel your car using these long routes. And on the other routes, maybe you will end up spending 40 or 50,000. You have saved maybe 50 or 70,000 naira. Now, that's how infrastructure changes things. That's how it helps the economy. I just talk about road. Talk about the health sector. Talk about schools, education. Sorry, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu became president, have you heard of ASU strike? No,
but they've made attempts to strike on several occasions.
They made attempts. I just asked, have you seen schools locked, shut for 2 months, for 2 weeks, the way we've had it over the years? No.
None for now.
None for now.
None for now.
Let me also remind you of another one. that before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu became president, the one thing what became a pattern with state government, seeking loans to pay salaries, to pay workers' salaries, civil servants. They were always getting a very notable one, Paris Fund, to pay salaries. But now, have you heard of any states owing its workers? Have you seen retirees collapsing in front of any state office? Have you seen them?
But some people watching us would say these are things that should, because like I said in my earlier statement, if you are used to suffering, you start now believing that what you deserve is no longer what you deserve. You start now seeing it as a privilege.
I'm not saying it's a privilege. I'm telling you that this is so showing you a progression of where we're coming from and where we are right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's a privilege. It is what government is meant to do. And showing you, I am not talking about theory. Showing you proof, evidence, fact-based of what is happening now compared to where the nation was 4 years ago. So, because it is easy to say, when you did this, so, but I've been able to list like 6 major achievements. Do you know what ASU strike alone means? The students will sit at home, they don't have anything to do. Some of them become nuisance, some of them become so useless from that moment. Not every one of them resumes. But now you have a very structured academic calendar. So now it means those students who got into 100 level when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in as president would practically graduate in 2027 by the time it's 4 years. No ASU strike, no delay, nothing whatsoever. So are you saying, so if you do not commend him for subsidy removal, you don't commend him for fixing foreign exchange, you don't commend him for education, you don't commend him for road infrastructure, for improving health, you don't commend him for raising our foreign reserves. So what exactly are we castigating? Those are the things that we need to talk about. And so, because like I said, it is not just about the fact that, you want a particular person. What would the other person have done differently? Do you even think that the other person can look at some real mafias in this country, look at them in the eye, and insist on making some policies work? Do you think?
Do you think that's the leadership style of President Tinubu is the kind of leadership we
need? You don't need a softie to rule Nigeria. There are several. Nigeria is a very complex state. There are several interests. So you need a man that can take firm decision, that can speak to issues, and it doesn't need to be just be talking here and there and sounding like whatever. A man that can take firm decisions, serious decisions. Even as a child, when your father wants the best for you, you see him as he's too much of a disciplinarian. My daddy is wicked. Most times it is after you now get that desired result and you realize that, this is why this man wanted me to be like this. This is why he needs me to wake up at 5 a.m. and you say, you need to read, you need to study before you go to school in the morning. I want you to have that edge over your classmates. But the process of getting to that point it's always very, very painful. It stretches you. It makes you feel like oh no, this person hates me.
Great. We're going on a short break. When we come back from the break, the conversations continue. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What does success mean to you? To a singer, success is about selling out a concert and having hit songs. To a filmmaker, success is about fans raving about his or her blockbuster movie. To an entrepreneur, success is about converting prospects into lifelong customers. For us at Visibility Solutions Media, our success is when we help you successfully tell your story and win in the marketplace. We produce videos that matter, media campaigns that sell, content that puts your brand in the spotlight. In short, we are the one your brand needs today and forever. Visit us at vsmpr.com or call 0805 468 0266.
Welcome back from the break. This is the Conversations with Kenni, and we still have in the studio Ayobami Ladipo. If you're just joining us, Ayobami is the publisher of Hot Classy, is a public affairs commentator and a media entrepreneur. Thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you.
The state of the nation right now, insecurity is one of the boiling issues right now, vis-a-vis the Oyo State kidnap and all that. Some people are of the opinions, Nigerians are of the opinions on social media, and on the streets, the voices are saying the government is not playing, they are not showing that they are serious. They are saying that President Tinubu is more concerned about his re-election than on actually finding a lasting solution. Do you agree with that?
Okay, so first of all, I would say that it's every Nigerian has a right to feel bad about this. We all feel it. It's not something that one should be proud of. It's not one that one can push aside or just overlook. Having kids in captivity, it's sad.
This is about maybe 32nd day or...
Exactly. So it's sad. It's a very sad one. It's disturbing. And but you see, we didn't get here. This didn't just happen. Kidnapping did not start in 2026 in Nigeria. It did not start in 2026. It didn't start in 2023. It did not even start maybe in 2020. Unfortunately, the reason why this one is so loud is because this one has come close to home for the president. This one is here in Southwest.
So are you trying to say others haven't been as loud as this?
I can point out so many.
Chibok girls.
Aside Chibok girls. And I think that was loud because it was the advent of children kidnapped.
It was like the first.
Yes, it was at the advent of children kidnapped in Nigeria. You see, the kind of the sad reality in all of this is that so if you check, it's the same template from Chibok girls till now, and it is not out of place when you now say these things are political.
Do you think it's political?
I just said it is not out of place if one links it to politics. If you feel that these things are political, because from Chibok girls to several other abductions, why is it that some group of people always use kids as pawns for whatever negotiation? They are innocent. You don't do that. It is just it's a show of wickedness. It shows how heartless some people can think, how they reason, and how brutal they can, how the length at which they can go to achieving their own ulterior motive. Now, some months ago, children were kidnapped in Niger State, maybe about 280 something in Niger. In 2018, another major one that happened in 2018 was what's that one in Yobe, Dapchi, over 100 girls. So they were girls. So this, so there are kidnap cases across schools that actually stand out. Chibok girls, then this Dapchi one too. But now the one in Orire, in Oyo, have kids. They showed you pictures. Now, over the years, when you see this adoption, when immediately the news comes out, have you ever seen any of them where in the north where there have been protests, there have been riots, there have been outrage over those kidnaps? Even when the major one that we saw, or people march to complain about, to protest about, was Chibok girls in Abuja. It didn't happen in Abuja, but they protested in Abuja. That's what I'm saying. But in Yobe, what happened? Was there any protest in Yobe where it happened? I can't remember. The one in Niger State, was there a protest? where they said they came in with bikes, maybe about 40, 50 bikes and a bus. And after some days, some set of those students, they were released, then another set were released. And you know the common thing that you see in all of those things, the moment they are released, you see them come, they drive them from where? So you see them bring them into the state house at night, and they're all wearing the same uniform. They would have made for them, and you're wondering, so there was a ready-made tailor, or how were these things coordinated? Or did the tailor take their measurements in captivity? These are questions that you should ask. But this one in Oyo State, in Orire, is loud. Now, how many children? They said there were 40 thereabout and maybe 12 teachers. But it's louder than the 300 that were kidnapped during Chibok girls. It's louder than the over 100 girls that were kidnapped in Dapchi in 2018. Louder than the 200 and something in Niger. Because it's here. And now there's everybody's coming out. There's an outrage, there's protest everywhere. Even protest started, I think, in Abuja before in Oyo, where it happened. Before people started even questioning the state government, they started protest. Even in Abeokuta, I saw a video where I think it was NUT members. They went to protest at the governor's office in Abeokuta and they broke down the gates. Hello, were the students kidnapped in Ogun State? So we need to understand these things, and I will tell you this: as much as it is our right to protest, and as much as these things are very, very painful, not all protests are genuine.
True.
Not all protests are genuine. There are a lot of protests in this country that so they tend to lure you in using your emotions, so that you feel the pain. These children, they are there. Government to share anything. Government is doing nothing, and you just plug yourself in. Unknowing to you, there's a coordinated ring that is pushing an agenda. Now, how come those children in Oriri have not been released? So, let's take it one after the other. The first video that was released of that woman, if you go back to watch, the woman who they used to as their mouthpiece to talk, she was calm. They just tied a cloth at the back so that we don't see the bush. Apparently, probably to just cover landmark
identity.
You get. So, at first, the woman said that they should please help them to get out of captivity. We were hoping, okay, what will happen? We're reading different reports. Oh, governor said, and this one said, they are not ready to negotiate. Eventually, the Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Debo, I've forgotten his surname now, said on video that the kidnappers are demanding money, arms, weapons, that they want the government to buy them weapons. They want government to release their colleagues who are in prison. And they also want an alteration to the state laws. He said those things. About a week after, the same woman, I think even before then, that woman, they made another video where that woman said that that government should not use force to get them out of here. That the one they did yesterday, that the attempt they made yesterday, that thing had angered their abductors, and that they have even marked one person that they will kill that person.
So you are trying to say that they're using the woman.
Hold on.
Okay.
Now, they didn't go on with that execution, Then they made another video where the woman said that she was the one that debunked everything that Honorable Debo, the Speaker of your State House of Assembly, said. To say they are not asking for money, they are not asking for weapons, they are not asking for Sharia law, they are not asking for alteration of any laws of the land. That the only thing they're asking for is for their colleagues in prison to be released. Now, why? So let me ask you, why is it that the moment the kidnap, the abduction got to Southwest, the pattern of negotiation changed? Every other video that you've seen, you will see the bandits stand behind them with guns, some even probably eating them or whatever. But this time around, so you will even see them stand and make their demands. They might speak full Arabic or whatever, and they interpret it. But no, this time they are using one of the abductees, not because of the language barrier. It's not like the woman is speaking in Yoruba. She speaks good English. So they are using her to communicate to Nigerians. Now, if all they wanted was a release of their colleagues, do you think those children would have still been there? I would not be surprised if part of their demand is that the president should step down, resign. I would not be surprised, but I'm sure that they can't make that public. Because how do you ask? So now, how many are they who abducted these people? We don't even know. But they've been able to abduct about 40 children and about 12 teachers. They've slaughtered one. Painful. A very, very disheartening video that we all saw. Now, you now want the government to release your people, your colleagues who are in prison. Which government would release? So if we were saying insecurity is at this level, and they are now, the bandits are now asking government, holding government by the balls to say, release our people in there to come out. Wait, will government be making a mockery of itself by empowering banditry again? Because it simply means if you have this one that can hold 60 people to ransom, releasing those ones means they will have more hands that can pack 200, 300 people.
But people have an opinion that the government seem not to be paying enough attention, that the presidency or the president Tinubu is more concerned about his re-election than actually finding a lasting solution, getting those kids back to their parents and stuff like that.
Okay, so when I took you back memory lane from Chibok girls to Dapchi in 2018 to other recent ones, were those past presidents, were they not paying attention? Was President Goodluck Jonathan, was he so concerned about re-election that he did not bother about Chibok girls? After he left office, have they all reunited with their families?
No.
So I'm telling you that we just have, there's a demonic side of this thing. I'm not saying, be praying, but I'm saying it is the same demonic templates that some people have used over the years. But why toy with children? That's what I'm saying. It is not about the fact that, the president is concerned. So for every other one, why is it that the Yobe one, the 110 girls, there's a particular Leah Sharibu that has not been released till today? They released 109 girls, but she was not released. Has she been married to Boko Haram? Did she die in cause of the abduction? Did anything happen? We do not know. Now, coming back to Oriri, aside what the Oyo State Speaker said, we don't have every other details again. If the person that has been used as the spokesperson, the woman that is a captive, is saying don't use force, how do you want government to get them out immediately? Negotiate on what grounds? Government buy weapons for bandits, or government change the law of the land for bandits? How come the bandits themselves are not making their own demands? We knew when Boko Haram started.
No, I think they demanded via TikTok. I don't know if you saw the video.
No, I'm not on TikTok, sorry.
Oh, okay.
But so for every video I've seen, it is that woman, and I've seen every of the videos they've released, the sequence. I've seen everything. So how come now they're still there? And you know the thing, if government are going to actually, if we want government to take these children by force, there will be casualties. I'm not a security expert, but you can tell because you have children. There's no way the military will get in there and one or two of those children will not be unalived.
Let me ask you one final question before second final question. Let's talk about, so what would be your advice to, this is an emotional one, to the families, whose children has been kidnapped? What would you have to say to them?
Okay. So even before I talk about before I speak to the family, I'll still speak to government. I'll still ask that government should do everything possible within its means to get these children out as much as possible without us losing any of those children. They could be our kids. we have a potential president there. You have a future
Yes.
governor. You have a future Osime. You have a future data analyst. You have a future best broadcaster. You have all sort of talents there. Now, what can I tell the family? I'm sure that every Nigerian feels your pain. We feel your pain, and we're praying, we're hoping that these children will be reunited. They will be reunited with you very, very soon. I'm hoping that what the IGP said a few days ago, IGP Olatunji Disu, that he made a promise that these children would regain their freedom soon and they will reunite to their families. I don't want the families to lose hope. I want you to keep trusting, keep praying, and hoping that your children will come out alive and you will see them soon. I think that's a major one for the family.
Okay, great. Final question.
Yeah.
Recently, VDM came back to Nigeria and there was a protest.
Okay.
There was a Tinubu must go protests.
Okay.
What do you think about the whole protests and it's the whole agitation of the Rattles and everybody saying Tinubu must go? Do you think it's in the right direction? Do you think it's
okay? So I will put it this way. Why did the protest start from the airport? What was that protest for? I will just say this. Like they say on the streets, we all know what we are doing. Everyone knows what they are doing. What was that protest for? Is that the first time that BDM will travel out of Nigeria? Is that the first time he will be returning to Nigeria?
Do you think the protest is tainting the acceptability of the president law as a worthy candidate?
Just like the kidnap here is meant to demarket him to
Yes.
before his own people. That's just it. I've said it. It's the kidnapping already is meant to. It was planned. It was strategically planned, and it is why they're still holding on to those children now. It is meant to demarket President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before his people. That's why I said for other killings, other abductions in the have they gotten this kind of response? How come it is this one that has gotten this? Just 2 days ago, a major general died in captivity. Have you seen the outrage from the north? Have you seen civil societies condemn that death? Have you seen anything? Have you seen any protest? A major general died in captivity. He was kidnapped and he died there. He didn't die that day. He didn't die the next day. He didn't die in 3 days. So the military could not get him out. Till he died. Have you seen any outrage? But because this one is here and they know that, okay, his people, let them speak against him. That's how you demarket somebody before his own people. That's what they are doing.
Let me ask you one more question before I forget. So there has been, when this issue happened, there's been different outcry from Nigerians dragging celebrities, saying some celebrities are not speaking up, that people need to speak up, that, they now moved it to religious leaders, that pastors are not speaking up on these issues and stuff like. What do you think? Do you think people need people to speak up for them?
Okay. Everyone needs, so for some people, they need people to speak up for them, or I would say we need to speak up and all of that. But why are you dragging celebrities into it? The right that you have as a Nigerian is the right that a celebrity has. The right that I have as Ayobami Ladipo is the right that Don Jazzy has. What separates us is his celebrity status, his influential status. But the same rights that we have before government, if I commit a crime and the Don Jazzy commit a crime, will be charged for the same thing. Now, when you talk, especially the one that I feel is distasteful, is the attack on Pastor Adeboye. Any moment anything goes wrong, you're attacking Pastor Adeboye, the man at 84, 86.
People are saying the first lady is a minister in his church.
Okay, so if First Lady is the minister, what is she supposed to do? To do what exactly? To castigate the government?
No, they're saying that Papa Adeboye is supposed to.
So what happened to the pastors in the churches of other people? Do they have lesser voices to Baba Adeboye? Can't they speak? Are they not? Wait, even in Nigeria today, there are two major pastors whose voices today, aside the respect of Baba Adeboye and the institution that he had become, there are two young youthful pastors in Nigeria today. They are between the ages of 45 42 and probably 45, who commands millions of followership, who can speak about this. Nobody is attacking them. Who should speak about this? Nobody is attacking them. No.
Do you think there will be any change if he steps down?
Hold on. So now nobody attack those ones. Then how come all those people asking Baba Adeboye to talk and pastors let them talk about the sheriff, the clerics, the Muslim clerics. Let them call them out. If I dare them to call out emirs and Muslim Islamic clerics, let them call them out to say they should condemn this and that, and they will feel the heat. It is easy for them to throw pastors, religious leaders, the Christians under the bus. It's highly disrespectful. They do this thing repeatedly. Allow the man live his life. You want people to speak. Now, do you force every celebrity to speak? Is it a must for every pastor to come and speak against government? Is it even the constitutional duty of a pastor to speak against government or to speak? Bible said that we pray for the peace of the land. Is that not what Bible said to Christians? So pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and this is our own Jerusalem. Bible did not say that the pastor should start condemning government or to start condemning Tinubu. So if you want the pastor to speak, you have a pastor in your church too. Let him start from there, so that you have association of pastors that are speaking. Then call out the emirs, call out the Islamic clerics too. Where kidnapping have been happening for years, why are they not talking? When kidnapping was happening in Yobe, was happening in Zamfara, was happening in everywhere, Borno, back to back, did they call out Pastor Adeboye? Did the sultans, did the emirs, what did they say about it? So see, this level of politics is unnecessary. They are reeling up emotions, but at the end of the day, you see this whole funny charade and drama would end when the election comes and goes, and all of this will come back to a nation that we want. This is our country. We don't have another one, and this nation will prosper.
Do you think President Tinubu stands huge chances to be re-elected?
He will be re-elected.
I think so.
That's a separate conversation, but I am very sure that he will be re-elected.
Okay, great. Great having you on the show, Ayobami Ladipo. We wish you the best in all your endeavors. Thank you for lending your voice to this conversation.
Thank you
for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, that's been today's edition of Conversations with Kenni. Thank you for watching. God bless you.